Hello and welcome to the first installment of Shop Talk with me, Jessie Simmons. Pleasure to have you guys here. This podcast is going to be tailored to focusing on the journey of entrepreneurship, the ups, downs, trends, things that you could find in entrepreneurship that might inspire you to take that journey. So follow me as I bring in some of my friends, close friends, relatives, people that I've met along the journey that have kind of helped and instilled certain things in me. So welcome to Shop Talk. All right. So today I have a very special guest. I've known this guy since we played basketball for maybe 8 hours a day. Ridiculous amount of time.
It's so true.
But this is a dear friend of mine. He's been in the game of real estate for 13 years. He's experienced ups, downs, market trends, you name it. He knows it. I have with my boy, my friend, your real estate agent, Tristian Clunis.
Jeez, that was a pretty solid intro, bro. Not bad at all. I like it.
Thank you. How you doing
I've
today,
known you
sir?
for years, bro. Like,
Yeah.
well over 20 years, actually.
Yeah.
Well over 20 years.
That was
Wild.
like ninth grade, grade 9
Crazy.
here, they say, right?
Crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah. I haven't killed myself yet, so that's good.
Well, I mean, we still have our Achilles intact. That's huge,
exactly.
right? That's
ACLs?
A big, ACLs
Yes,
intact as
yes,
well too,
good.
right? That's a big check. And we're still doing it. We're still
Yes,
doing the thing.
This is true.
Yeah. So ball is not so much life anymore. We've transitioned to different areas, different arenas. I'm in barbering,
Right.
and you're in real estate.
Yes.
So thank you
No problem, brother.
for being here. I really
I'm the
appreciate-
first, man.
You're the first, man.
Pop in the cherry.
Hello.
Let's
Oh.
go. I mean, pause.
Hey.
I don't know if I should.
All right, well,
what do I
We'll
do
figure
there?
it out.
Yes.
Well,
Okay.
we might cut that. We'll figure it out. But yeah, just to get started, Tris.
Yeah.
If I could call you Tris.
Of course you can.
How did you get started
In real estate.
in real estate? Yeah.
So right before real estate, I was actually an insurance broker. I was
Okay.
working at TD Insurance.
Okay.
Just working as one of their call center brokers.
Yes.
And I was doing that for a couple of years. And while I was doing that, I kind of got the bug that I wanted to, I knew from before that I wanted to get into real estate, but I'm like, okay, I want to pursue it.
Yeah.
So started that process of getting my license. I later on found out that I actually could not have my license, my real estate license and my insurance license, which is called the REBO license, at the same time. During
Okay.
that time, they changed the rules.
Rebo license.
REBO license.
Okay.
So that's for home and auto insurance.
Okay.
I couldn't have that license and my real estate license at the same time. So I had to make a decision.
Okay.
My first goal was to just do it part-time real estate and then while working full-time.
Okay.
It didn't work out that way because I had to get rid of one.
Yeah.
right? So
Wow.
yeah, so I had
Okay.
to make a decision at that time, and it's funny. I left. I was like, okay, you know what? I'll leave TD.
Yes.
I'll work another job,
Yes.
and I'll do real estate part time and kind of ease my way into real estate.
Okay.
That was the plan.
Okay.
Didn't go
Yes.
as such.
Yes.
I got a job at Canada Revenue.
Okay.
Working as an analyst there, just like entry level job. Took forever to get that job.
Okay.
Multiple interviews in the whole nine. And when I got it, I'm like, deuces to TD. I'm
Yes.
like, guys, I'm out of here.
Yes.
Left in the best fashion. No
Yes.
2 week notice. Just
Yes.
left.
Yes.
And the first week, so right away I had nothing saved, by the way. Zero saved.
Zero.
It was just going from one job to the next. That was a
Okay.
plan.
Okay. Yeah.
So first week, orientation at Canada Revenue. I left TD already. I'm like ready to go. First day, they're like, hey, if there are any real estate agents or mortgage brokers that are in here, just know you can't do this job.
Uh-oh.
Bro, left TD, as I said, I'm out of here.
Yes. Deuces. Chris
Yes.
Brown.
Yeah,
everything.
exactly.
Yeah.
So right then and there, that was the very first day they said, if you're a real estate agent or a mortgage broker, you can't do this job. They say it's an even bigger conflict of interest
Oh, dang.
than even having your REBO license and your real estate license. So right then and there, they
Yes.
gave me a week. I told them, like, look, guys, I just got my license.
Yes.
My whole plan, left my job. My whole plan was to do this
Yes.
and work as a real estate agent.
Yes.
And they said, we'll give you a week. We'll give you till Friday
Wow.
to figure out what you want to do.
Wow.
So I had to decide, and I literally took the whole week. I
Yes.
spoke to a couple mentors, and during that time, I was only 1 year married as well.
Freshly married as well.
Freshly
Wow.
married at the
Newlywed.
time. Yeah,
Yes.
very new, very
Yes,
new.
yes. Wow.
So I had to make a decision. A mentor told me, like, look, if your wife is on board
Yeah.
and you guys can, suck it up for the time being and
Yeah.
get things going,
Yeah.
and you can always get a job out there. Ask me, can you always get another job? I'm like, yeah, I can. I was always pretty good with interviews and all that kind of
Yes.
stuff. They're like,
Yes.
Then take the jump.
Wow.
So on Friday, I told the guy there, I'm like, look, the trainer, I'm like, look, I decided I'm gonna do real estate, and I got in there full time.
Wow.
Nothing saved. It
Wow.
was the scariest decision and
That's
moment of my
crazy.
life at the time. So
That's
yeah.
crazy. I was going to ask you, how did you know that real estate was right for you? But I guess you were in a fork in the road and had to decide. How did you weigh that? Insurance, real estate, like what was the deciding factor that made you go into that direction?
Great question. So I knew I always wanted to get into real estate. I remember experiencing it for the first time when my dad, we lived in the hood at first. We lived in Galloway.
Yes.
And we were looking to
Shout
buy
out Scarborough.
Shout out Scarborough.
Yeah, one time.
All day, every day.
Oh.
Scarborough, let's go.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
a
right.
bit too much. Sorry
What's
about
up?
that. Yeah,
All right.
that's so we're there, and we moved in Scarborough, but we moved to a nicer neighborhood.
Nice.
And going through that experience with the realtor, looking at homes,
Mm-hmm.
you know, looking at all the different types of homes, locations,
Mm-hmm.
how many bedrooms, the things that matter. Like I was just hooked.
Wow.
Man, I couldn't. And he did a great job. He's still in the business right now, but he was patient with my family and with us, and that just going through that experience was what got me hooked to.
So it was like the
estate.
process. And was it like the ability to see like different homes and stuff like that? Because you're mentioning that you're going from living in one particular neighborhood to another. So was that attractive to you as well?
100%.
Okay.
And just I feel like the amount of trust that I saw my parents have on the realtor was so interesting. Like he would say something, and because he's the expert, they're obviously going to take his word for it.
Yes.
You know, with a little bit of research, but for the most part, he's been doing it. He was seasoned. He was patient. He was knowledgeable.
Yes.
He was truly an expert. And just going through that and seeing how. And even till this day, he still sends calendars and all that, even though he knows I'm in the business, to my parents and all that, and to keep in touch with them.
Wow.
I knew I wanted to be able to have a business like that, and that's why I got the
Wow.
bug. And then obviously looking at homes, seeing beautiful homes,
Yeah.
you know, the different types of condos and all that. I was really intrigued.
That's
at that
awesome.
moment.
That's awesome that he still has a relationship with
Oh,
you.
yeah.
There's a significant like level of trust when you know you're buying a home from somebody.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
And you build a relationship. These people like. Your clients become almost like family if you do it correctly.
Yes.
And we could talk about that later on, but like
Yeah.
I think that's very important is to be able to stay in touch,
Yes.
to be there, you know, to provide knowledge, to provide pies in my case and
Yes.
different things.
Yeah.
And different things just to stay top of mind.
Yes.
So when that situation happens or when they just make a decision or if their friend wants to get into real estate, you're there and you're the first person they think of.
Okay, so you're getting into real estate. You're kind of feeling out the process. You like the process of selling homes. You're seeing different properties and stuff like that. Was there an aspect of entrepreneurship that you thought about at that time, or you were just kind of going through the motions?
Yeah, so I that's a good question. So right before before TD Insurance, I was doing parties when I was in university.
Yes.
And you probably remember
Track Crew Entertainment.
You remember those Track
Hello.
Crew Entertainment. I was doing my parties during that time. And,
Yes.
And I mean, I was still working, but I was making more money doing my parties than I was just a part-time job. I was in school during the time.
Yes.
But that kind of got me excited about entrepreneurship, being able to have control of your schedule.
Yeah.
There's no ceiling. There's nobody that telling you can only make a certain amount.
Yes.
Mind you, of course, the downside of that is there's no floor.
Yes.
So you can
yes.
have certain years where things are not going as well as you would want it to go.
Yes.
So like that kind of going through the parties and going through all that was what inspired, I guess, me wanting to be an entrepreneur.
Okay, awesome. So you kind of mentioned like, you know, you this autonomy that you have in your own schedule, this control of life. That's an amazing aspect that, you know, a lot of people don't experience. But you also mentioned like the lows of it as well. So just speaking from the highs, I guess, standpoint, like, did it meet your expectations being an entrepreneur?
I would say, I would say so. Yes, for sure. There were times, I would say this, is not as easy as I thought it would be.
Okay.
Like I remember watching, you know, $1 Million Listing and these type of shows, which you're probably familiar with.
Yes.
And, you know, seeing them drive up in a nice car.
Yes.
And, you know, in the nice clothes.
Skirt.
Yeah, the whole nine,
Yeah,
looking
yeah,
at crazy homes. One would think that that's how the business is.
Yes.
And it's not.
Yes.
It can be at times.
Yes.
But for the most part, there are definite lows, and it's not easy. It's not like you're just going to become a realtor. And now I'm a realtor, and clients are just going to flood me, flood my phone. I'm going to have calls for days, and all, that's not the case, right? So it's one of those things where you have to work at it. And there's a lot of not so sexy things that you have to do, door knocking, whether it's calling your clients, keeping in touch, that people, don't realize you have to do in order to be successful and to continue to have business in your business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so interesting that you said that there's like kind of ebbs and flows, and people kind of have this perception of, I think real estate now is considered sexy. Yeah. It's a sexy thing to do because of exactly what you mentioned, the things that you're able to purchase, the lifestyle that you're able to live, but there's also a balance to that.
100%.
And we see people kind of jumping into that profession, not aware of the challenges that they may face. So what are like some challenges that you faced jumping into real estate?
So that's also a great. You're doing great. You're
thank
doing
you,
great. Some
sir.
good questions. He
Thank
has some
you.
good questions. I would say the biggest challenge I faced was my second year.
Okay.
Second year in real estate. So as I said, I left my job.
Yes.
And I worked full time in real estate.
Yes.
Within 30 days, I had my first deal.
Wow.
Done. Like my first
Wow.
deal done.
So
like,
you're the LeBron James. You're walking in
I
off
thought.
the glass. Yeah.
Just finish. That's it. So I thought. So
Yes,
literally,
yes.
like that week
Yeah.
that I left, a friend of mine said, "Hey, we want to sell our place."
Yeah.
We sold it within 24 hours.
Wow.
And it was a 30-day closing.
Wow.
So it was like,
Yeah.
I
should have done this long time
I'm the
ago.
GOAT. I am the
yeah,
GOAT. I should have started a long time ago.
Yeah,
And more or less, the rest of the year kind of played out that way, where I had friends and family that wanted to support.
Okay,
so
awesome.
I actually did. I did a little bit more in my first year than I did working my job.
Okay, wow.
So I was able, which is amazing in your first year. So I was able to kind of go a little bit more. So I'm like, this is easy. I don't have to make calls. People are just going to call me.
Yes.
I don't have to do anything.
Yes.
My phone is just going to be ringing nonstop. That was the first year.
Yeah. So you usually hear that, like, once you get started, make sure that you have a little bit saved up, because
that's what you should be doing,
because it's going to be dry.
100. Well, there's ups and downs, right? Just like any business.
But you were on a fast break by yourself.
By myself. So that was the first year, though.
Through the legs.
Just first year.
Okay. All right.
First year.
Okay. First year. Okay. All right.
Second year.
Okay.
Second year comes.
Yes.
The phone stops ringing.
Uh-oh.
The calls are gone. There's nobody saying, "Hey, I want to list me. I want to sell my home." Nobody's saying, "Hey, I want to buy a house." It was quiet.
Wow.
Now, the skills, I didn't learn the skills in my first year, like in terms of door knocking, calling. Oh, I'm supposed to be calling people? I'm supposed to be keeping in touch? You mean I'm supposed to be sending out calendars and letters and all that kind of stuff? I didn't know that.
So you initially like worked your network, and now you've worked your network. Now you got to expand your network.
Well, no, I didn't even. So that's the thing. I didn't even work my network. People were just calling me.
Okay.
I wasn't calling. The first year I didn't call anybody.
Okay.
And the business was just coming.
Okay.
The second year I realized that, oh no, this is not as easy as you think.
Yes.
You actually have to work.
Yes.
So the calls stopped. I think I did like 2 or 3 deals the second year.
Oh, wow.
And I was in a position where I was like, in order to just make ends meet, I was working with my uncle. He was giving me a job at his restaurants, helping out and all that kind of stuff.
Yes, I remember that.
Remember those days?
I remember
yes,
that.
Working at shout out to Ritz Caribbean Foods.
Rice and peas and ting.
Shout out to Ritz Caribbean Foods.
Yes.
I was working there.
Yeah.
Almost full time now, because real estate wasn't saying anything.
Yeah.
I was also, people didn't know I was doing this business called Keys to Us. This is before Uber.
Okay.
Where people, you probably didn't even know this, working night shift.
I did not know that.
Working night shift
Wow.
where, people that, it's called Keys to Us, people that, let's say you go to a bar and you drink, and you don't want to drive your car home, obviously.
Okay.
And but you want your car home, so you're not going to take a cab.
You're such a good guy.
So people will come. Well, I was getting paid.
Okay.
People will come. So we would come with my boy. We'll
Yes.
come. I would drive the person's car
Yes.
with them in the vehicle and bring them home
Wow.
while my guys follow. So I did
Wow.
that at night.
Wow.
Just to make ends meet, because it
Wow.
was rough. So
Wow.
I had a situation that was the hardest year by far. And
Yeah.
I remember, again, another mentor told me, like, look, are you doing this? Like, are you really serious about this real estate business? And
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I don't know. I think I'm going to leave. He's like, give it 1 year.
Yeah.
He's like, try to do the things that you're supposed to do. Call your clients, door knock, market yourself, whether it's on Instagram, do all the content, do all the things you're supposed to do.
Yes.
And then make your assessment from there.
Wow.
And normally in real estate,
Uh-huh.
within 2 years, like, I think it's like 85% of agents leave the
Wow.
business.
85.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
So imagine that.
So to all you aspiring real estate agents out there, realize that it's not you're just jumping into the pool and it's going to be an oasis. There's ups, downs that you have to go through, and you actually have to put in the work.
100%.
Is essentially what you're saying.
100%. And that's when I saw the change. So the third year, I decided to put the work in. I left my uncle's job. I'm like, look, I'm just going to focus on this.
Yes.
And it started to work. And since then, I've just been
Wow.
kind of building from there.
That's amazing. So I was going to ask you, like, what are the hurdles that you kind of face, but you kind of mentioned some of them. So, like, from those hurdles that you experience, what did you grasp that you still apply to the way that you do business now?
Put in the work. I think that's not just for realtors. That's not just for mortgage brokers. That's for every business. You know, no matter what it is, put in the work. You have to put in the work. Everybody has to put the work in. For my business, we have to prospect. We have to go out there and meet people. There's a saying in real estate where you say, have somebody in your car, put somebody in your car every day. You have somebody in your car every day, you'll be fine. Like that's a kind of famous saying in our business.
Just kind of getting reps up.
Reps up, get in front of people, speak to people, have conversations. You can't win in this business if you're not having these conversations. So that's what it is, just putting in the work.
So obviously people know you from your famous pies, right?
Yeah.
That you give away every Thanksgiving or so, as well as your amazing child content, singing with your son in the car, which is, it's amazing to see.
Appreciate it.
From the times that we've played basketball, to see you in your car working with your kid in the back, singing songs, making content. Amazing. Question for you.
Yes.
So real estate is, everybody says that everything's saturated now, right? There's just so much of everything. What do you do to stay competitive in a market like real estate?
So good question. And it's funny because I was looking at the stats. We have 73,000 agents.
Wow.
In the GTA,
73,000.
in the greater Toronto area,
Wow.
There's 73,000 agents.
Wow.
One of the biggest boards like in the world, by the way.
That's a lot of people.
In the world.
Wow.
One of the biggest per capita. It's one of the biggest boards in the world.
Wow.
Back when I started, we had 34,000. So literally it more than doubled.
Wow.
Back in 2012, it was 34,000. Now it's 73 or 74,000 agents.
Jeez.
So standing out, like it's very hard to do. Like there's tons of us. Everybody and their mom has a realtor that's a client or friend or a family member. So you have to really do the things that make you stand out. So for example, you mentioned I hand out pies. I'm not saying that that's the end all be all.
Hey man.
But the pies it's kind of like I have fun with it. If you watch social media, I do different things with it in order for it to be interesting and fun.
Yes.
I stay in touch a lot. I do parties. I do different events for
Yes.
my clients. I have Mother's Day events that I do for them. I have a big charity event that's coming up very, very soon. Right now we're raising money, not money. Sorry, we're giving donations to Jamaica.
That's amazing.
To what's happening with
so
Hurricane Melissa.
Yeah,
You just do different things to stay in touch. And I also do something called it's called a CMA video, which is kind of giving people an idea of what their home value is.
Yes.
And I do that quarterly, sometimes two to four times a year.
Wow.
Just giving them an idea of what's going on in their area. And that's the best way, is to provide knowledge to them, stay in touch. That's the only way you're going to stand out, or else they'll just go to the next neighbor.
That point of contact is always being exercised. You're always like you said earlier, with your experience, like that real estate agent is almost like a family member.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's
exactly.
amazing.
So I pride myself on that. I try to stay in touch as much as possible. I have clients this day that were doing business that were with me back in 2012 when I first started.
Wow, that's amazing.
That's one of the most important things in business for sure, is to keep in touch.
That's amazing. All right, so we spoke about the ebbs and flows, highs and lows, all that stuff, right? So when obviously being an entrepreneur, stuff gets stressful, right? Managing a family, different aspects of life. Like when you feel like overwhelmed, like what do you turn to and do? How do you decompress?
The gym.
The gym. Yes.
No, I try to go. So I try to do. I try to do a workout in the morning time just to get my head straight.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not perfect. There's times when you miss it.
Of course.
But that's a huge plus.
Yes.
The next thing is, I have a reminder in my office where it's my why.
Yes.
Why am I in this business? Why am I doing this? Why am I putting up with the ups and downs of real estate? Like it's literally like this at times, right?
Yes.
My why, of course, is my family. I want to be able to provide. I have a young son.
Of course.
I want to be able to provide a great life for him.
Shout out Emmanuel.
Shout out Emmanuel. Whoop, whoop. I want to be able to provide a great life for him. I also want to inspire him to work hard as well.
Yeah.
So, as you said, I bring him on to different things whenever he has a day off to come with me so he can learn how to work hard and to build a business. That would be not necessarily for him to be in real estate, but just in general.
Yeah.
Like I would love for him to start a business, start something of him.
Yeah.
For himself.
You kind of see an extension of your legacy by doing that
100%.
every day.
100%.
Wow.
So showing him those skills and doing those things, that's my why. That's how I, as you said, decompress. That's how I decompress, is keeping focus on the why.
That's awesome. Okay. So.
Yes.
Realtor.
Yes.
Buyer.
Yes.
what are some things that I need to look out for? Like, let's say I want to buy a house. Tris, I'm looking for a space to live.
That's how you're gonna say it, Tris.
That's how I'm going to say it.
Is that how you're gonna
Tris,
say it?
I'm looking for a space to live.
Okay.
How do I get this space?
So funny enough, how do I get this space? Fair
How
enough.
do I get this
Yes,
space?
Great question. So a couple things. Right now is the best time I've ever seen in my whole career. As I said, I've been doing
Okay.
it for 13 years.
Yes.
I've seen 2 market corrections. We're in a correction right now, which
Yeah.
is when the market kind of like, prices drop. We have a lot of inventory, not enough buyers in the market.
Yeah.
So that's currently what we're faced with right now.
Yes.
It is a great time for first-time buyers.
Okay.
I mean, the supply is there. They have
Yeah.
choices.
Yes.
They have options. There was a time just a few years ago where, a first-time buyer putting in an offer with what we call no conditions, meaning
Okay.
you put in an offer saying, I'm going to buy this $700,000 house or $1 million home without any conditions. So no condition on financing, no condition of me inspecting the homes. There was a time when people were buying homes without even seeing them. Like
That
literally.
sounds scary.
I promise you, brother. This was the
Holy
market.
smokes.
It was insane.
Wow.
So this is a good time because you can actually put an offer in with conditions,
Okay.
financing inspection. You can take your time. You
Okay.
don't have to feel rushed like you have to buy the house right
Yes.
now.
Yes. Yes.
Just take a day or two to think about it
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
most part.
Yeah.
Prices have come down. I would say focus on location, which is obviously very, very important.
Yeah.
Don't go below your purchase price,
Yeah.
the max budget that so most people,
Yes.
including myself, have done it.
Yeah.
You go to the max budget. Your mortgage broker says you can afford 800,000. You're going to 800,000.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would highly recommend to go a little bit
Relax.
lower. Yes, because markets change.
Okay.
You want to have some space.
Yes, some wiggle
Interest
room.
rates change. You want to
Yeah.
have that wiggle room there.
Yeah.
And then I would say, the don't for first-time buyers, do not think of this home as you're buying your forever home.
Okay.
That's the challenge that we always have. We have first-time buyers that come and they're like, I want this, I want that. Rah, rah.
This is my space
10
forever.
bedrooms, indoor pool. You know what I mean?
Jeez.
Like, the whole nine.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
This is just for you to get into the market.
Okay.
Let's get your feet wet first.
Yes.
Let's get into something.
Yes.
And then we can figure out what that next move is after that. But you don't have to get your forever home now. Just get into the market
Just
now.
get into the market.
We have a saying as well where you buy where you live, rent where you buy where you live if you're an investor.
Okay.
So if you want to buy a property, for example, you buy and it's like in Kitchener or whatever, that's what you can afford.
Yes.
Buy that house.
Yes.
Rent that place out.
Yes.
And live somewhere else. Rent somewhere else. You can always do that as well. That's for investors.
And then that way you're in the market.
Yeah. But I would say for the biggest rule is don't feel like you need to buy your forever home. You can take some stuff off your list.
Yes.
Buy what's in your budget, and then you
Yes.
can figure it out from there.
Got it. Wow. Such a well of information. I appreciate that.
Flowing with it.
You're just an oasis,
so
bro.
stupid.
Bro, you're just an oasis.
You're so dumb.
But no, so many nuggets in that. So question for you.
Yeah.
So you can see younger Tristian about to get his feet wet into real estate.
Gosh, yeah.
Now that you've seen this, we've kind of gone through a timeline of your career, essentially. What are you going to tell young Tristian as he approaches this endeavor of real estate? What's the nugget? Little Tris, young Tris, listen to me.
I would say take care of your people from the jump. From the jump, build your database. That's the only thing you have as realtors. Is your database. So it's funny. We start come January 1. I start at 0. So no matter what I did the previous 2025, regardless of what I did in 2025, I start back at 0 in 2026. And
Scoreboard
entrepreneurs,
resets.
yeah, it resets. So I can make $2 million. I can make $10,000, right? Like that's a new year, new setup, new start. I would say, but if you have your database, if you have the people that are riding with you, that you make almost like family.
Yes.
You know that you can expect a certain percentage out of that database every single year. So I would focus my everything on that. I would focus on building that right away. So like not just putting the people that I know, but looking at adding new people in from the jump and building that and just take care of them.
Wow.
And they'll take care of you.
Wow.
Yeah.
You hear that? So aspiring real estate agents, if you're looking to get into the game, I'm sure real estate is a thrilling industry to get into. Tristian has given away some golden nuggets, but take care of your people. That's his main takeaway. So however you want to process that, make sure that you take that, put it into your pocket, and as you approach real estate, make sure that you apply that. Tris, you're a gentleman, scholar, thespian, maybe. But I appreciate your time. I appreciate you making the time to come out here
No
on
problem.
this shop talk. I appreciate
Love it, brother. And I love what you're doing. I would love to even interview you, man. Like,
Okay.
you have a wealth of knowledge as well. So
Okay.
we got to figure out how we could do that. But
Yeah.
yes, I appreciate being the first person on the show.
Yes.
Great questions. And
Thank you.
I can't wait to see how this show grows.
Yes. I appreciate that. Thank
Awesome.
you, brother.
Thank you, bro.
So that's it for our first episode of Shop Talk. Spoke with my great friend Tristian, a well of knowledge in the real estate game. He had some golden nuggets, golden gems. So go through it. Actually take a notepad and write some stuff down, or use your phone and write some stuff down, because we often watch these things and then we're just on to the next one. Whatever video is queued, we go on to the next one. Actually set aside time and really digest some of the information that he's given in this particular podcast and apply it. I hope that you guys enjoyed this podcast. Now I can actually say, click the link, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.